Hi Taurus, welcome to Moonbeam's Messages. This is your collective love reading. Now, as this is a collective reading, not everything will resonate, so please only take what resonates and leave what doesn't. If you don't find any messages in it for yourself, then please check your other placements where you're likely to find a message in there. Now, this message could be about a past, present, or future person. It's whatever message Spirit wants to bring up today. So, let's get into this. Spirit, can we get some cards, please, for Taurus? Okay. Now, the overall energy I've got here is the Ace of Wands in the reverse, which is very much a lack of energy. So I don't know if this is something where this has ran its course, whether this is just maybe there's a lack of passion. Maybe it's something that started quick and has lost the fire. But yeah, there's definitely a lack of energy going on for this as a possible relationship kind of reading. Or just a lack of passion. Sometimes that, as the wands is the phallic symbol of the deck, that could suggest a lack of intimacy as well between a couple. So if that is something that you're going through, this potentially could be relevant to yourself. Right, so let's get into this. So in your particular position, I've got the Queen of Cups in the reverse. This is telling me that you're a bit overwhelmed at the moment and you are not really giving much to this relationship. You've closed off. You're trying to not give much time and energy, and you're trying not to give much love into this as well. So, I mean, it could just be that you're single and your heart's not open at this point in time. And that could be why there's a lack of passion, because you just might not be wanting anything. Let's get some clarity on this Queen of Cups. Okay, that's a lot of cards that's jumping out. I'll take those two because they were the first two before half the deck flew out. So I feel like you may already be in a high level of commitment and you're not being seen. I've got a Hierophant here, possibly suggesting that you could be married. You could be very religious, and that could be getting in the way of doing whatever you need to. It does suggest to me that you are already in a high level of commitment. I've got a Six of Wands in the reverse, telling me that it's not very successful. It does suggest that you're not happy. It does suggest that you're not being seen for your worth. And it's just, yeah, it's not successful as a relationship. There's not an equal give and take here. It doesn't feel like you're being recognized. It feels like you might be being taken for granted within it. You do have passion, though, for this as a relationship, or at least you did. Now, this could also indicate that you want a new start and that you want to find your passion again, but elsewhere. It could suggest that you are very much, trying to look elsewhere for a relationship. Now, it could be that you're separated and that you're trying to start something new, but obviously, if you are still technically married or something like that, it could be causing you a few issues. I feel like you are still in a relationship, though. It could just be a little bit troubled. It could be very heated at times. Now, your person has got the Queen of Swords. So they're very, very guarded. They don't want to listen to any rubbish. They are very much cutting people out that tries to do them any sort of wrong. They don't like any kind of lies. And they're quite blunt as well. So when they're talking, they are a very blunt person. Now, I'm saying queens, gender's fluid within the tarot, so swap those roles around as you see fit. It's just personality traits. So it could very well be a masculine queen there. Okay, so say masculine queen. I mean, it could be very much a male person with those traits. Okay, so they're definitely the person that's lacking a bit of passion. I've got an Eight of Pentacles in the reverse, suggesting that they are feeling a lack of motivation, a lack of finance. Maybe they've just lost a job. They do not feel stable at all. You're not talking to each other. There's potentially some distance here and a lack of communication. And they feel betrayed. Now, they could have betrayed themselves. Someone else could have betrayed them. Now, what could be betrayed? It could be that you started something with someone else and they're feeling betrayed because you've started something with someone else. But why would you want to read in? Why would we do a reading about an old person if you've started something with a new person? I suppose that is up to spirit. It's whatever spirit wants to bring up. So a little bit weird though. But yeah, whoever this is, you're not in communication with them and they are feeling a betrayal. And they feel like they've lost. They feel like they've lost stability, potentially lost you. Interesting. Now, how you're seeing this as a relationship, you put a lot of time and effort into it. You were waiting for things to develop, and you were possibly still waiting for things to develop on it with that Seven of Pentacles there. It might be that you're waiting for a new start with them. So you're still very much waiting for things to move forward. Possibly hoping that they're going to recognize your work. So I've got an Eight of Pentacles coming out to the side. So it's very much feeling like somebody doesn't know whether or not they want to put in time in the energy. Maybe one person's putting in time and energy, another person isn't. Got that Queen of Swords again there. And weirdly, I've got a Page of Wands. So I feel like they want you to communicate with them and you to be passionate towards them. But they don't want you to tell them any lies, but they're also not willing to put any effort into it. I feel like they're very much wanting you to put all the energy and effort into this as a relationship where you've stopped giving into it. Whether that means they weren't putting anything in to start with and it just completely emotionally overwhelmed you. So you've exited, or you've just separated for now, or whether you just stopped putting in or you never put in properly. It does feel to me like they're waiting for you to come forward and put in the effort and the time and to basically spark some passion back up with them. Now, in the challenge position, I've got an Eight of Cups in the reverse and I've got a Five of Cups in the reverse. The Eight of Cups in the reverse is very much suggesting that the challenge here is to not go back to something that was unsatisfactory. This is very much returning potentially to a relationship, to something that you had previously, even though you know it's bad for you. Being stuck in something that you don't feel happy with, you don't feel it's going to do you any good, you don't feel like it is serving your best interests. You're very much just staying there because it's easy, because it's what you know, but it doesn't make you happy. And I've got a Five of Cups here, getting over the grief. So to me, it feels like somebody moving forward and dealing with the grief and getting over it is going to be harder than going back to something because it's easy. And the challenge here is very much to feel those feelings and move forward. Because to me, if you want to go back, if this was a relationship you were in and you want to go back into it, it feels to me like you're not going to be happy. And whatever grief there was, yeah, it's still going to be there. You'll get over the bit of grief, but you're still going to be feeling it because you're just not going to be happy. It's not going to be grief but I feel it's them more about the grief. So they might stop being grieving, but you're going to be stuck being miserable. Yeah, not making that final decision to move forward. Releasing a gigantic burden. That's still carrying that burden. That's not letting it go. Not making that final decision, keeping that burden on your shoulders. Now, obviously, this is just what the cards are saying. I'm not saying don't go back with somebody or exit a relationship if you're in one. You do whatever it is that you want. We've got a Five of Pentacles here as well, seeking help. It feels to me like you might need to seek some help, possibly from some sort of professional, maybe friends or family members, in order to move out of this completely, if that is what you are wanting. Now, obviously, that is completely up to yourself. It also suggests that stability or regaining stability could be a bit of a challenge. Now, I feel like that's more something to do with them, if stability is going to be part of this challenge. Now, the betrayal could have had something to do with money, because if they feel like they've lost money all of a sudden and they're feeling betrayed, and that money, regrowing money, it's in the challenge part, it does suggest that money is an issue. Now, if you do get through this Eight of Cups and Five of Cups challenge, we do have an Eight of Swords as an outcome. So it feels to me like whatever this outcome is, someone is going to be thinking quite a lot, possibly you, did you do the right thing? Now, you have got a lot of eights out here. We've got an Eight of Wands, an Eight of Cups, and an Eight of Swords. So that's reoccurring numbers. Is that one? That was an eight as well. Yeah, Eight of Pentacles there. If you were seeing signs and synchronicities out there and reoccurring numbers, it's worth checking out what they mean, because sometimes you've got a message from your angel guides and your angel guides and your spirit universe, just giving you a bit of a helpful hand to help you move forward and not get stuck. All right, what's that Eight of Swords, please, Spirit? What is it you're going to be overthinking about? What is going to be keeping you stuck at the end? Oh, are you happy? The Hanged Man. Did you make the right decision? Are you going to be happy with the decision that you've made? Is very much what that's feeling like. Is this really what you wanted? Why is it that you're feeling happy? Five of Swords. Walking away from betrayal. Walking away from conflict. Very much moving away from people that have stabbed you in the back. Can also be a lot of conflict. Now, it could very well be that have you done the right thing to keep that's going to be happy because you're very conflicted. I feel like this is all mental confliction, especially with that Eight of Swords there as the outcome. It does feel like it's very much in your head, kind of trying to guess or second guess whether or not you're happy. Is this decision going to make you happy? Has this decision made you happy? Are you going to be happy in the long run? Have you made the right decision? And weirdly, on the bottom of the deck, I've got the Wheel of Fortune. So divine timing, whatever it is for you, it is suggesting that it is the right time for things to be happening. Right, so the energies we have got out here, we have got Leo Aries, we have got, what have we got? Leo, Sagittarius, Aries, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius again. Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, and Taurus. So your person could be any of those. If they're not, it doesn't have to be. It's just clarification for anyone that needs it. If the reading resonated, then it was still for you. Let's get. Okay, so your romance angels, then we have got engagement. Your love life is ascending to a higher level of commitment. Maybe that's what you started that's new. You've gone into a new chapter with somebody, getting engaged. Yes, this is your soulmate. Maybe you're engaged to someone new. And romantic feelings, your feelings are real and worth exploring. And it could be that they're just feeling betrayed because you've gone into a higher level of commitment and left them sitting in the dust. Possibly. Right. I hope you enjoyed your reading today, Taurus. If you did, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. It will help pass the message on to anyone else that needs to hear it. If you want to hear more from me and you haven't subscribed already, then if you press the subscription button and press the notification bell, it will let you know when I do post new content. To those of you that have subscribed already, thank you very much for your subscriptions. It helps the channel grow and it helps pass those messages on, so your support is greatly appreciated. Thank you very much for watching and good luck.